Happy Children's Day. 27th of every May, the month of May is set aside as Children's Day in Nigeria, our country, to celebrate children. But unfortunately, more than I don't know the statistic, but I know quite a number of children are out of school. A lot of children are not given the privilege to life. It's sad, it's unfortunate, it's condemnable. Every child deserves a right to education, a right to life, a right to all the good things that, God has provided us with. But unfortunately, this has not been the case. Yes, government will tell you, at least we've set aside 27th of every May to celebrate the children. But it's far more than celebrating children. What's the plan for the children? The young children, the growing children, the next generation. And when this current generation does no longer have the strength to carry on, what is the plan for a Nigerian child? As long as I'm concerned, the government is not doing enough. Every child deserves equal right. Every child deserves fair opportunity to the basic things of life. What does a child need? A child needs shelter, child needs school, child needs good food to grow. All that is not being provided for the children, and it's unfortunate. And to even make the matter worse, the children are being exposed to all kinds of social vices, child trafficking, drug abuse, molestation, even by relatives and family members. Give Nigerian child a right to life, right to living, right to fair life, to good life. Give them good education. Provide a platform for every child to attend basic schools, where they can learn, harness, and discover their talent, for them to be able to fulfill life, fulfill destiny, and become the leaders of tomorrow that we've always, told them that they are the leaders of tomorrow. Government is not doing enough in that regard at all. Let both a poor man child and a farmer child in the village have opportunity to attend school, sit in a class, a comfortable environment to learn, and and be taught how to become a better person, how to be a better leader tomorrow. Right now, government is not doing enough in that regard, and on this occasion of this year Children's Day celebration, May 27, 2024, I want to call on all private people, stakeholders, government in particular, because the parents are trying their best, but majority of the family, does not have what it takes to give their children a better life, better education. So government should make education at all levels free for the children and make it compulsory for all those out of school children hawking on the road, smoking, cultism, drug trafficking, sex trafficking. All that have to be stopped, because if these children are being given fair opportunity to life, nobody wants to do a bad thing. Nobody wants to be out of school. They want to be able to sit in class and learn, so that tomorrow, they can sit side by side with a farmer child, a poor man child can sit side by side with those who are more privileged, who are, putting their school, their wards in private school and giving them the best of education. So I'm calling on everybody, all Nigerians, to join their hands, private sector. Let's support the government and do more in giving Nigerian children a better life and prepare them to be good leaders tomorrow. Because if all our children are out of school, all our children are, drug trafficker, gang members, cultist members, then who are going to be the leaders we are praying for tomorrow? So it's a serious case, and we should all come together to join our efforts and hands together to give Nigerian children a better life. Thank you very much, and God bless Nigerian children.
Thank you. We all know that the 27th of May is a special day in the life of children globally. And Nigeria, as part of the global community, recognizes this special day that has been set aside and then several activities lined up to mark this special day in honor of the children. And the society generally is challenged, both in terms of security, socio-economic development. And children being part of the society, they are not left out in this challenge. It may interest you to know that the federal government some time ago undertook a vulnerability assess of schools across the country when cases of kidnapping of school children became rampant. And it was very regrettably discovered that over 81,000 schools are established nationwide. And of these schools, just a negligible number are provided with one form of security or the other. Things like perimeter fence provided to secure the lives of children, and security personnel deployed to some of these schools to provide security. So there is no synergy between owners of schools and security measures that are deployed to provide protection for children. This is not good planning. Then there is a body set up by the federal government under the leadership of the Ministry of Interior and domiciled with the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense in conjunction with the Ministry of Education and Federal Ministry of Finance. And it is called the Safe Schools Initiative. This initiative is to ensure that the security challenges confronting schools where these children almost every day go to is arrested. There is no way that any nation will be happy when the future of their own country are threatened. Education is quite important as it contributes to socio-economic empowerment of individuals and the nation. So if the children are not given the opportunity to attend schools freely, it is a further challenge to the future of the country. So government at all levels, the 3 tiers of government, the local, the state and the federal government, how to do everything humanly possible to create a very fertile and conducive atmosphere for these children to go to school unchallenged. This has not been the case. And it is the networking, the synergy between these tiers of government that will guarantee the security and safety of these children going to school, because they are our future. So this, the Children's Day celebration, it is equally marked by some challenges. Some are not even very free to come out to rejoice, to enjoy, as it used to be the case. So what is the government doing? You may not know. Government is doing a lot at whatever level. Some of the issues and measures being put in place by government towards addressing this might not be something that will be in the public view, in the public domain. That is not to say that government is not making enough effort. And I want to assure you that the synergy that I talked about, that synergy is what is expected to be driven by the tiers of government, the State Ministry of Education, the Local Education Authority, the Federal Ministry of Education, working collaboratively, conjunctively. That will help in providing solutions. Resources are quite very important. It is not quite safe this time for private individuals to establish schools without providing security measures. So if you want to establish a school as a private person, you must factor in security measures that are supposed to be put in place in ensuring that students or children that are brought to those kind of environments are safe. This is not being done. So individuals establish schools, bring children without conferring with government, and it is expected that government should provide security measures to be deployed to such schools, whereby one person invests, then another person is expected to provide security for such investment. It doesn't work that way. So there must be collaboration, there must be synergy between government and individuals, so that these children that are provided this kind of opportunities have their education unchallenged, have their education unfiltered. But we have said that the security challenge in this country, as we have it today, is a thing of concern, because it affects our polity, it affects our economy, it affects our security, both in terms of physical security and human security.
Issue of celebration or fixing a particular day for celebration is an excellent one, because it is merely to draw the attention of the world to the plight of children worldwide. It is also to raise our consciousness to the problems surrounding children in the world today. If you look at Nigeria today, the percentage of children out of school is quite high. As a matter of fact, it will be one of the highest in the sub-Saharan region and even globally. Many children are not in school, and that is very, very ugly. And the issue of insecurity is centered around children. For recently, you heard of the Chibok girls, and even after the incident, more and more children are being kidnapped. This kidnapping is targeting children for ritual purposes, for prostitution, and also for material gains, an outright sale of the children to organizations and some very devilish groups that prey on children. And today we have underage children who are found in prostitution, which is a very common practice in Europe today and even in Asian nations. These companies use these children for pornography and some other prohibitive acts. So they are the main victim. And we have also in Nigeria today where some religious practices actually give out children for marriage. These are underage children who are married too early. And when they marry too early, we don't even have the opportunity to develop these children to a very reasonable educational level where they can contribute their quota into the economic development of this country. Those practices are unacceptable. And you also may know that in Nigeria today, the economic hardship is also having a very negative toll on children. We have issues of family disintegration, but divorce is very, very common now, and the children are always the victim. And some of these children, when they experience divorce, they don't go to regular schools, they don't have the opportunity of even learning trade. And the reason why we have children hawking all over the streets is a very, very, very ugly situation. Child trafficking, hawking food to make ends meet are all directed towards innocent children. Now, government has a very big responsibility. We need to enact laws that will control the excesses of some of this behavior. The state houses of assembly have a responsibility to bring laws that will control child trafficking, to control hawking in the streets, to control children going to school compulsorily. Children must be able to go to school from age 1 to 10 free and compulsory. When that happens, we will be able to harvest some very intelligent children who will grow beyond that point and enjoy scholarship and be able to contribute their quota to the development of this nation. Government also has a responsibility of actually embarking on a campaign, a national orientation campaign geared towards educating parents on some of these issues that we have raised. A very effective campaign will curtail the use of children in industries, in trade, in the streets. So government has that responsibility. And government in this country also should be able to advise banks to have flexible loans that parents can have access in order to train their children to a reasonable level. So I think if government is effective and the parents listen, I think children will no longer be a target or vulnerable. The less privileged children should be able to attend institutions set up by government to have access to education with or without money. I think these are roles the government can play in order to reduce the heavy load on our innocent children.